So I haven't shot a video in a while, just been really busy with fixing everybody's stuff. So finally I decided that I'm going to take on a project of my own. Let me show you what I got. It's up on the lift right now, but it's an 87 Mustang, Foxbody Mustang convertible. It's in bad shape, it needs a lot, but it's an 87. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch out these Cobra rims. One thing I noticed playing, look at that, positive traction. Sweet. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch it out. The guy I got it from put these GT running boards on. I'm gonna take those back off. This is not a GT car. This is an LX. He also had Cobra emblems up on here. I've already taken those off. And like I said, I'm gonna get rid of the Cobra rims. And let me show you what I just picked up. So this is what I just picked up. These are my rims I'm gonna put back on it. I'm gonna swap it out. It's got all the luggage rack pieces on it that I need. Got my tail lights that I wanted to get rid of the GT lights that are on the back of that LX. Interior on this one is pretty good shape. It's blue though, it's not the gray that I wanted, but it gives me all the pieces back that I need for the interior if I want to switch it out. Fix my radio. So I got me a box of goodies. Tires are in great shape, lots of tread on them. I'm gonna take that shaker hood off and put me a regular hood back on my car. So it's gonna be kind of a project. So like I said, I want to kind of shoot a video with you and let you show it as we go with it, the progression. And this one needs a top on it as well. Both of them are convertibles. But let me show you what else I got. So in these two boxes, this is a convertible top with the plastic back window. This is the convertible top with the glass back window. And I want the glass. I got me a box of goodies. Got me a computer for a 5.0, so I don't know what's going on with mine. Got all the intake, a bunch of extra parts. Got a whole nother 5.0 engine right here. This one's seized up. I was looking at it. I don't know if I'll be able to see it without any light on, but if you look in one of these, the valves are completely rusted shut. So this one would be a fixer-upper, but it's good to have a spare one. So stay with me. I'll show you what I'm doing as we go. There's a couple little things I want to do. What I'm gonna do today in the next few minutes is I'm gonna switch the rims out, put my pony rims back on, get rid of these Cobras. Matter of fact, this one's actually bent. And then the emergency brake on this side is messed up. So I'm gonna show you how we gonna fix that as well. So just stay with me. This will be, like I said, a little short video, having some fun. Okay, so I already know that some of you are gonna ask, hey man, you've got Cobra rims on it. Why not leave Cobra rims? They're chrome, they're whatever, they're an upgrade from factory. But here's my thing. This is what my Cobra rims look like. I don't know if you can be able to see this in the video. I can see it clear, so hopefully you can. And when I look inside there, see how it's all flaking up? They're nasty. The center caps are gone. Don't even have the center caps for them. They're just nasty. And then when I look at this, on top of it, the tires are completely slick. There's just barely any tread left in there. And when I bought this car out here, those are great tires. I'll show you those in a minute. So this is, I'm gonna kind of do the magic of photography, I guess. So here's what it looks like, and then I'll scroll up. And then when I scroll back down, and as my grandson says, ta-da, and just a whole lot better look to me. And again, now you can see there is a lot of tread left on these tires, a whole lot. So it's gonna ride a whole lot better. I just think that makes it look so much better. Let's see if I can get back here and get my emblem. There it is. All right, so to finish out this video, because like I said, I didn't want to do a great big long one. So what I want to do now is I'm going to change or fix my emergency brake. So I've taken the wheel off, one hand to go and pull the drum out of my way, put it over to the side. Here's what I want you to look at on this one. So whoever put the brakes on, these are new brakes, whoever put them on, decided they did not need the cable. Let me see, I ain't able to see it inside there. The emergency brake cable right there. There it goes. Let me put my finger down here. They got rid of the whole lever that goes right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to my parts car, and hopefully this is the same. It looks like the same rear end. Let's see if I pull this cover here off. Right there's my lever that I need. So this one's got a leaking wheel cylinder. If you ever run into that, as wet as that is, that's what that is. But I don't care. This is a parts car, so I need that bracket right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take me a couple of pictures of where all my springs go. Always take you a picture so you can put it back to where it goes. I'm gonna pull that bracket out, clean it up, and put it on, is that way I can fix my brakes. So let's get started with that. So I went ahead off camera, and I'll show you on the next one I take it apart just so I can see what I'm looking at. What I did is I took the 2 springs loose from up top. Here's the one. I left it hanging right where it's at so I know where it goes back. I took the springs loose from the top. I took the spring loose from the bottom. This spring went over to the other side. Like I said, I left it hanging so I know exactly where it goes back. And they make a special tool to take these off with, but what I use is just a pair of pliers, and I hold the back side. If you look at this, it'll stand up straight like that. I put my finger on the back side, use a pair of pliers, and I spin it around till that hole lines up and it comes right off. So because I'm only changing this one bracket on this side, I don't need to take this pad off. Like I said, it's a brand new shoe, so I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna go here to the other one and I'll show you how I take it apart. It's gonna be kind of hard to do one-handed holding the camera, but hopefully it'll help you if you run into the same problem. So again, I've taken pictures to show where my springs are, all the way around. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to do the same thing. I'm gonna try to take this one side off. Yeah, it's bad looking with how wet it is. But I'm gonna try to take this one side off. With things going on out here in the garage, it's very common for me to get sidetracked or disturbed out here. The way my garage is and the amount of customers I have, it'll be something where somebody always pulling in. So hopefully I can get through this without being distracted. I'm doing this one-handed. I don't have a holder for my camera, so just bear with me. Hopefully I won't make you too terribly sick. But again, I'm not worried about trying to save any of these parts right now. I'm just going to, I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed. Let me take these 2 springs here loose. So I'm just going to take my pliers. I'm going to have to grab a hold of them, take both of these springs loose, and we'll pick up right there. Okay, something I noticed between this one and the black car in there that I'm working on, is that the way the springs were. So this was the back spring. This is the front spring. This has got to do, I think, with the emergency brake cable or something like that. I forget exactly what that cable's for. Then the spacer was behind it. And on the car over there that I'm putting these on, it was actually the opposite way around. It had this piece out front. So that may be another reason why they didn't work. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put the phone back down again. I'm gonna take this one here loose, and that should make this whole shoe on this side fall off. So let's do that. And as soon as I took that piece loose, like I told you, I put my pair of pliers on it like this. I pushed in and turned it while holding the backside. Come right out like I told you it would. This is the bracket right here that for whatever reason they decided to throw away on my car over here. So now I'm gonna take this off, clean this all up, get that bracket that I need off, see how it mounts, and go put it on the other car. So it took me a few minutes to get the bracket off. Right here it is. And I see why it's a pain in the tail to get that wire stretched, the cable stretched and put through there like you're supposed to. And whoever did it, I guess, was just too lazy, didn't have the patience. That goes back to what I tell you in all my videos. If you start getting frustrated, walk away. What I found out also, I'm gonna kind of add just a little bit more to this video, make it a little longer. I'm trying not to kill you too long with my time, but the wheel cylinder on the other side was leaking. And so went ahead and bought both of them. So while I'm in here, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this one out. To get it out, you need an 11mm wrench. That's what holds the 2 bolts in on the back. They're small, about this long. It's gonna take you a little bit of patience. The way on this 8/8 rear end is you're not gonna be able to get a big ratchet inside here to get to these back bolts. See if I can get you a picture of them right here. So get my fat hand out your way. They go one on either side of your brake line. So I don't know if you can still see, right there's the second one. I've already got the first one out. So it's kind of a little tight. Just take your time with it. What I use to get this here loose is what they call a tubing wrench. It looks like this. That way it doesn't round off my fitting. And I've got that issue with the brake line on the other side. So luckily I've got me a spare car now that I can get a brake hose off of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna show you how to take it out here in just a second, or I can't, with the magic of photography, I'm gonna take it out. And this will be out and I'll put my new one back in. So 2 things that I learned while we weren't together. Number 1, back here, the bolts I told you about. You can actually get a 1/4" drive ratchet, a small one, back there, put right on it, pop them right off. Man, it made it so easy. Also, your bleeder valve right here, you're gonna need to take that out. I've got it open now, letting the gravity bleed. You're gonna need to take that out so you can actually get the old one out like I got here, all right? And like I said, I'm just letting the gravity bleed. Now it's bleeding, I'm going to shut that valve back off and start putting my brakes back together. All right, so it's been about an hour since you left me, and I've been working my butt off. So what I found out was the emergency brake cable, let me go to the other side and show you. was messed up. So I had to take it loose from here, from the inside of the drum, take this 10mm bolt loose, and then come up to here underneath the car. There's another one right here that holds it. Goes through this cam, it goes up to the emergency brake piece right here. So what I've done is I've had to take the passenger side one loose. It has taken me every bit of an hour to get it loose. You gotta squeeze the clamps. It's got these stupid squeeze clamps on there you gotta work on. It takes patience, guys. You're gonna get frustrated with it. I wanted to twice. I did that one on the ground underneath it, and then this one in the air, and there's not an easy way either way. But so here's what I'm doing. I'm putting the used one from the donor car onto this one. So what I did is I ran me a wire so that way I can tie it together and pull it, because there's no way ever to get your hand up here and get it back through this one. So I've got me a wire ran. I'm gonna attach it to the end of right here, and then I'm gonna snake it through. That way that's how I'm gonna be able to do it. All right, so here's how I did it. I wrapped it around the end like that. I started pulling it. It's gonna be hard to do with one hand. I'm gonna try to do it one hand, hold the camera, but you gotta feed with one hand back here. You're gonna have to feed it through and pull and get it, come on through, just like this. So I'm about to put the camera back down to show you to get it through, but that's how I fed it through. And then my 10mm bolt's gonna go right back here, and then I can feed it back into my drum and I can pick back up where we left off. All right, so I got it through after a lot of talking dirty to it, which I'm glad y'all didn't get to hear. I had to take and put my finger over top of it and kind of work it in like this, the cable, because there's something back here holding it. And you're having to push with this cable in, give it a tug in, and pull and still maneuver. It's almost like a three-handed job. I got it in, got it in place. Now, let me move my light out of the way. It's gonna fall. Everything up here, I'm glad y'all didn't get to see it all, because I lost everything a few minutes ago. I dropped my drain pan, got oil all over the floor. I fed it back through the cam. It's hard to see because of the drive shaft. It's right there. There it is. There it is. See, back through the cam. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll hook it back up here on the passenger side of that T. And then back here, it's gonna feed right back through that hole, just like this, and push it in there until it clicks. There it is. So now I can go back to what I was trying to do 2 hours ago. All right, I'm trying not to kill you with me talking so much. So here's what it is. I went in and put it back together, put my springs in where they went. I put it back the same way that it come off the donor car, because like I said, somebody was in this one and I'm sure it's wrong. Got my cable. I switched some of the parts out. Not sure all the names, but this bracket right here was bent on the other one, so I went ahead and switched it out with my donor one. I've got it all back together, so I'm gonna use my brake adjustment right here. I'm gonna adjust my rear brake, put my drum back on it, put my tire back on it. This job took a whole lot longer than I thought it would, but like I said, I had to change that emergency cable out as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes right, I'll have emergency brakes now. So let me button this thing back up and we'll see where we're at. All right, so since I started the video at 10:50, just show you how dirty I got up underneath it. I can't stand to watch shows when everything comes apart like it's supposed to and they don't end up getting dirty. I mean, I've cleaned myself off 2 or 3 times. It's just the nature of the beast. It's a 40-year-old car. I had to get on my back out under the driveway to get the brake cable off of the donor car to put on this car. It's just a dirty job. I started the first video at 10:50. It's now 2:30. So I've spent a good almost 4 hours out here just doing the rear brake cable on this. I ran into issues. I showed you where I dropped the oil all over the ground. It's going to happen. Like I said, the 2 or 3 times I had to put my tools down and walk away. When I couldn't get the brake cable in there like it was supposed to be, that was frustrating. I even wanted to get the grinder out 2 or 3 times and cut brackets, and I stopped. I stopped myself. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to cut up and butcher up on this car. It's already been through enough. You'll see in other videos that I'm gonna do. I mean, whoever put the GT skirts on the side of it used drywall screws to put it in, for goodness sakes. So it's been through enough. I've got my new tires on it. I've got the brakes fixed on it. What you didn't see is also bled the brake on the rear. So it's all been done. So if it was a pretty day, I'd go ride it, go drive it for a little while, but it's nasty outside. It's just a good day to be way in the garage. So I hope that what I showed helped you. If you're not comfortable with it, don't try it, please. You know, I'm not an expert. I just go out here and mess around in the garage. So I try to have fun out here. Like I said, I'm not an expert. So just, if you do it, kind of do it at your own risk, but just take pictures of things before you start. That way, you know where you are to put things back. And by all means, if you need help, reach out to someone. I've been Googling it just because I bought this Foxbody last week, the black one that I've been working on. It's one I'm gonna fix up. There's all types of forums, all types of Foxbody members out here that will probably bend over backwards to help you. So just reach out to your community. If there's someone there that'll help you, be prepared to get dirty like I am. Look like I've been in a coal mine somewhere. I'm gonna go in the house, get cleaned up, get me a sandwich, and I'm gonna come back out and probably start another video to show you at a different time. So if you like it, you know, subscribe. If you don't, that's fine. If you got questions, comments, I'm sure that I haven't pleased everybody. Abraham Lincoln said you can't please all the people all the time, so I probably didn't please somebody in this video, but this is my car, it's how I did it, and really, I'm not trying to be nasty, but if you don't like it, make your own video. I mean, that's what it comes down to, guys. Just have fun with what you're doing, take your time, and enjoy the day. All right, I appreciate you, and thanks for joining me.